Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here with
Bradley.
It is Veda, day 8. It's August 8th, Monday afternoon at
2:03 p.m.
2:03 p.m. It's hot out. It's very hot out. You guys will be surprised to know it's hot, right? It is hot out, though. What is the degree?
It is, let me check.
Can't, because I'm on my phone doing this. See, look. Had the windows down, so now
91 degrees.
But what does it feel like? 91, but real feel is
99.
99. Brad was sweating buckets. We had to go run some errands. You know, we've been off of COVID quarantine for,
a couple days.
Well, yeah, since middle of last week.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it was good to be able to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Still being very cautious, though, about that monkeypox. Make sure your hand sanitizer is in your vehicle, guys. Hand sanitize yourself before you enter the store. If you're handling cash, especially if you are, when you get out of the store, and make sure you're not touching your face with your hands and stuff. They say so. Beware. So yeah, we had to go run some errands. We had to go pick up some prescriptions, which are always like, yee. This was the big pickup for prescriptions, the one that makes you go yee. Because it costs so much. But what are you going to do, right?
Yep.
So we did that, got gas, and see, with Harris Teeter, we get the points, you know, like so many other places, BJ's and stuff does. So we got 50 cents off a gallon. Gas was down to $3.36.
$3.39.
$3.39, so then take 50 cents off a gallon, so we were paying $2.89 a gallon. And so that was nice. $40 filled up my, I call it the Jeep. It's the Grasshopper. That's what we use all the time. In fact, the other Jeep sadly hasn't moved since we gotten the new one. Because it's just so easy to drive. I love that vehicle. So does Brad. And it's so economical on gas, which is really nice. So we went and did that. We got a small settlement, or I got a small settlement with my student loan. It was very small. It was like $200. I'm not sure why, but I didn't even know I was part of a class action. But evidently, anybody that had student loans was so through this one particular place. So I wanted to get Brad a TV for his room. Because with his back pain and stuff, sometimes he really needs to lay down and watch TV. He has enough trouble sleeping. He really loves his new mattress. He was finally able to sleep on it last night and said he slept really wonderful. I went and laid on the bed with him for a while, and it's a very nice mattress. It's very nice. But I wanted to get him a TV for his room after having to talk him into it. Because, you know, we don't spend extra money on stuff. We don't usually go out to eat. If we do, it's gotta be a coupon thing. We don't go get our hair done. I do all of our hair. We don't have our dogs groomed. I do that. You know, our main entertainment is we're homebodies, is we like to be doing something and watching TV, whether it's YouTube videos or a movie or whatever. You know, that's what we are. So I wanted him to have that. I have a TV in my room. It's very nice. We do have a small, what is that, 24-inch TV that we're not using?
I'm not sure.
It's an itty-bitty one that we used in the RV, but the resolution on it is just horrible. If you're sitting pretty close, it's not too bad, but, you know. So we're probably going to just put that one in. I'll tell you about the thing is all changed about the crafter. So anyway, went and laid on the bed with him for a while. Of course, Jelly Bean had to come up there, so did Charlie. Nixie did for a little bit, but, you know, Charlie had to root all over the bed, you know, and Jelly Bean was being her little jealous self. So, after I talked to Brad quite a bit, he finally agreed that we were going to get him a TV. Now, he knows more about TVs than I do, and he was looking for one with a higher resolution. So, we found a 32-inch But I said, we got old eyes. We do. And, I'm like, for, you know, $20 more, you can get a 40 inch. Well, they were out of the 40 inch because this is a what, a 1080 resolution?
Yeah.
And the other ones were 720?
Yeah.
So he wanted a particular one. He wanted a Roku TV. So we found this one. It's a 43 inch. We found it on sale for, what was it, 170?
Something like that.
169 something. It was like a third off. So for a 43 inch, it was a 1080 resolution. It's a Roku. It's Hisense, which is the division off of
Vizio.
Vizio. I have a Vizio TV in my room. I really like it. So, because we don't do cable now. We just do Netflix and Hulu. So we have Amazon Prime too. That's why you'll see something over there. But so he got one today. We had to go to a different location. We went to Rocky Mount Walmart and they didn't have any. And so we went to Nashville, which is just maybe about 5 miles away. And they had one, so able to get one. And then we stopped and we did get a couple Domino pizzas. We should have just gotten one. And we say that all the time.
I know.
But got a couple Domino's pizzas, brought them home. 'Cause by that time, Brad's leg was really hurting. And so was his back. And he was done with the heat. So that was our big journey. So I'm very excited, though. What we're going to be working on now is, after being in Brad's room, and I know what it's like trying to make a workspace in your bedroom. Yeah, I have the exercise equipment in my room, but it doesn't really take up that much room. We pull it out when we want to use it. This time we put it against the wall. And I have the master bedroom, so that makes a difference too. Now his bedroom is the second biggest bedroom in this house. But I said, why don't we just make that the bedroom? I want you to have a nice bedroom. I want you to have a nice bed to sleep on. I want you to have... Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to take something?
I just did.
Okay. Maybe put your knee brace on?
Yeah.
You put some of that muscle rub on and your knee brace.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Isn't it in your bag, hon?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. He's really hurting. His knee's really hurting. He did quite a bit of walking today. But anyway, I want him to have a nice TV, be able to go climb in his bed at night, lay down, do his exercises, he remembers from physical therapy on what to do for his back, what to do for his hip and stuff. And, like I do. And also, that way, if he can't sleep at night, he can turn his TV on for a while. So, we're going to share the smallest bedroom, which is still bigger than the one in the ghetto trailer.
Yeah.
So we're going to share that space. Half of it will be for his workspace, half will be for mine. See, I don't have a problem if he's in there when I'm painting. I'm used to people watching me do artwork. It happened all the time in college. There might be 3 or 4 instructors behind me all watching. They might come from other departments and come watch. I don't know why, but they just did. And I was used to another student put them behind and watch too. I don't have a problem with anybody watching me work, but I don't want to talk to you. Because see, I like to listen to music when I'm creating, and I'm in this different headspace. And if I got to stop and talk to you, you're getting me out of my headspace. That's my personal time, Like I said, I'm somewhere else. So, but I don't care if he's in there, doing whatever. We'll put that smaller TV with a Blu-ray player in that room. So, if he wants to put in a movie or something, he's doing some resin pouring or maybe doing some woodworking, that can be done. I don't care if they're sawdust because I can dust off my stuff, But so we're going to share that space. So we're going to work on putting in his table. We're not going to leave the twin bed down. We're going to put it up against the wall a long ways. We could bring it down if we had guests. But to me, it doesn't make sense, and this is just me, it does not make sense for me to have a guest room when I would use the room more effectively. Am I going to have guests that stay overnight? Probably not. If I do, I can drag that twin mattress out to the front room, and there's a couch also. But it doesn't make sense to me to designate something a guest room if I need the space to create. It doesn't make sense to me to be all crammed up into a room when we could use that. See, I want the bedroom to be the bedrooms. I want, the kitchen and front room to be what they're supposed to be, and then we have the craft room. Where he can have his stuff, I can have mine. Everybody will be happy in there. So.
And I want to get rid of all this crap I've got out because I don't like it.
He's got a lot of jewelry making stuff sitting out. So yeah. Did you put some muscle rub on?
I did.
Okay. So that's what we're gonna be working on, is getting that done. But I'm excited for him. I told him happy anniversary. And yet, no, there's a lot of things we could have done with the money. Part of it, we could have saved part of it to go out to dinner. And he even asked me about that. Go out to dinner for our anniversary, which is on the 13th. His birthday's the 12th of August. Our anniversary is the 13th. And I'm like, there's only so much money to go around, and I would rather get the TV, I'd rather get the TV than save part of the money to go out. I mean, you go out, okay, it's nice and stuff, but then that's it. That's it. You eat, you digest it, you eliminate. That's just repeat, right? So, I mean, I'd rather have it be where you have something that you really wanted. We have very rarely bought a TV. We can tell you about the first TV we bought. We were moving into these apartments. Our old TV was so bad. It was an old TV. I think they left it there, didn't they?
What,
that
console?
big console.
No, that was from your grandmother.
I was going to say, did we get it from my grandmother?
Yeah, that was from your grandmother.
My grandmother always loved console TV. So she was upgrading, so she gave me her old console. I also had all of her old front room furniture too. And for a long time, also her kitchen. I remember it was my first marriage. We didn't have a kitchen table. We didn't have a couch. Had nothing. My grandmother said to me, well, I think it's time that I get new furniture. She goes, and I want you, she always called me Terry Ann, I want you to have all of this furniture. And I was just like, wow. So I had the two recliners and the couch and the kitchen table and the chairs and stuff. And I kept all that until it all wore out.
That's what I love about this couch. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Because it reminds me of your grandmother.
Yeah, she would have loved that couch.
Yes, she would have.
But anyway, so we had an old console TV of hers, and the thing was so old after a few years, you had to turn it on first thing in the morning so it could warm up for about an hour before you could see a picture. And we still thought that was the picture till we got a new TV and we realized that everything wasn't supposed to be fuzzy. At that point in time, we did play Nintendo. Especially his baby sister and I would play Nintendo a lot. And she'd come over to the house and stuff. And we didn't realize that the game was not supposed to be fuzzy. And there were whole things that we never saw in Mario. So, we were moving into apartments, and we decided to get it wasn't a huge TV.
It's a pretty good size, though.
Was it?
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
TVs were expensive. That was it for the longest time, the very longest time, until we we bought our house, and then I think we picked up one more TV, a small one. So, and then you guys know, what was it, about Christmas time last year? Did we get this? This whatever size, 50-inch?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we very rarely buy anything new. We don't go for the newest phones. We've decided not to get a new phone. We could upgrade. Our phones are working fine. What we did, we bought new phone cases instead. I can't show you mine because you guys are, I'm using it. But so, and because our phone cases were really horribly scratched and paint coming off, got new screen protectors. And if you ever think a screen protector doesn't do much, I tell you what, when we took ours off, like Brad's his screen protector was so cracked and pitted. He thought it was a screen, and the screen underneath is just pristine. So that's what we did. But like I said, we really, and I'm not condemning anybody that likes to eat out and likes to get your hair done and have your dog groomed. If you can afford it, wonderful. That's your lifestyle and stuff. We're all so different. You can sit there and say, well, you don't spend the money on cigarettes that I do. You don't spend the money on chewing tobacco that we do. You don't spend the money on all the craft stuff that we do. I mean, we all have our different lifestyles. But like I said, we try to conserve money the way we can. And, when you get a surprise thing and you get a surprise check, it's like, okay, well, I really like to. We had talked about it briefly, and we said we had to wait, to get the TV. And I'm like, I really would like to get. And we talked a long time about it. And I like my Fire Stick. Brad loves the Roku better. So since we're going to be his TV, and I didn't know anything about the resolution, he said, well, he found one that was a little bit more, we had the price limit. And he goes, I found one that was a little bit more. He goes, but it's a better resolution. I don't know anything about that. It's just kind of like looking at cars. I can only tell you if I like the style of it or the color of it. I don't know anything else. I refer to him. So, but I'm really very happy that we were able to get him a TV, because I want him to be able to, there's something about being able to relax in your bed, especially if you have chronic pain and stuff, and try to get comfortable. And we both like to watch something on TV and either play on our phone. Like I play my bingo games that only get the new points like once a day. Usually it's at night. And are you going to be okay, honey?
I am.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Just,
yep, I'm fine, sweetie.
well, I feel bad because I can see you're in a lot of pain.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a lot more walking than I was planning on.
Yeah. But just wait for your pain meds to kick in. But now I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. But no, we talked a long time about it, and we said we were going to have to wait, but I wanted him to have it. Because also, we're getting older, and our hearing isn't as good as it used to be. Now, you guys know that I've only always had half my hearing. And so I'm very careful with my hearing, because, I don't want to lose any more. I don't have higher range hearing. So if you hear me mispronounce a word, I have a speech impediment. I went through years and years of speech therapy. I do read lips pretty well. So if I were talking to you in person, I would be looking at your face a lot and stuff, because I do read lips. I don't know sign language. That's something I would like to learn, and I could learn that just even in privacy of my own home. And I might do that, because I would like to do that. But anyway, we don't hear as well. But Brad likes to watch action movies. And ladies, you know what I'm getting at here, my friends. Your husband loves to watch these action movies. I mean, Brad, if it's got explosion and car chases or anything like that, he's happy, right?
We're all good.
Some things are so dang loud. And he turns it up so he can hear the dialogue. And then the action scene comes, and I'm getting peeled off the ceiling. I'm in my bedroom watching TV, and all of a sudden it's wham! And it's like, holy crap. And I'm like, I'll yell, can you turn down the TV? Oh, yeah, sorry. I know. And I worry about my TV being too loud, because he'll have his up loud, and I'll turn mine up. He'll turn his up. So this would be good, because he's at the far end of the trailer. I mean, to go see him last night, I had to walk the full length of the trailer. It was like I need to pack a lunch halfway through. No, I'm just kidding. But, it's a good little bit, so I'm glad he'll have that.
And I really do appreciate it.
Well, it was something that we wanted to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, I want you to have a nice setup. I want us both to have nice bedrooms within our means. We're very simple people. Like you see our shelving. It's the cheap Walmart shelving. Well, now it's not as cheap as it used to be. Because those used to be about $16 for, now we've added extensions, of course, on these. But, because we don't really have it in cabinets. So we bought some cabinets, and then we took the doors off the cabinet that we bought, so it's easier to see what we have. but so just kind of like bookcases then without the doors on. But uh, I just want it to be functional and stuff. I mean, like I said, we're very kind of simple people, and you know,
It's hard to accept the fact that you can't do stuff that you always used to do.
mhm,
You know, I mean, I wouldn't hesitate to go out and walk miles and miles and miles, or
yeah,
or I don't know how many times that people had called me to help move furniture, and I remember that one time Dave asked me to help him with that fridge,
yeah,
and we were carrying it upstairs. I was on the bottom end, and he and his buddy were up on the top end. So I was carrying probably 90% of the way to the fridge, and I had to stop and let them rest.
mhm.
You know,
It was like
and
when we were moving into the house,
yeah,
you know. But I mean, that happens. It is frustrating, but we can both improve on that. We are working on that,
yep.
you know. So we just do the best we can. We didn't sleep worth a darn. I didn't sleep worth a darn last night. I was a little excited about getting out of the house because we don't go out of the house that often. So when we do, and like I hadn't been physically in a Walmart in over a year. I couldn't believe the prices of everything. I was thinking about getting a crock pot just to melt wax in because I desperately need to make candles, but even the little pot that I got that's supposed to be for melting candle wax, it'll take me a month of Sundays. I'm used to having a crock pot and a nice ladle, and then I'm set to go. But they used to be picked up for $20. They're 30 for the very cheapest. So I'll have to find another avenue. Maybe an old pot even that I could do on the stove would be nice. But I don't have an old pot right now, and I really don't want to buy one. So I'll have to sit and think about it. There's got to be a better way to do this. There's electric wax melters you can buy, but I don't even know how much those are. Trying not to spend money. We're trying not to spend money on the little stuff that really adds up quickly. So then when we need to get something more substantial like a new TV, we can, without having to make the monthly payments and stuff. Because we've been there forever, making the monthly payments and stuff. So, um, you know, trying not to buy things frivolously. So, right?
Exactly.
There's going to be a new Dollar Tree by our favorite grocery store. That's exciting, though. $1.25 tree. They're building a brand new one, not too far from the house. That's exciting. That'll be a straight shot.
Yep.
That will be nice. I still like walking around a Dollar Tree, get my exercise, and look at stuff.
One of the things that's to me, it's still a novelty because people that live in the more metropolitan areas, where you have a little town every 5 minutes,
Right.
And growing up in Wyoming, the next
2
town
hours
was
away.
2
Yeah.
hours away, and you didn't measure trip in miles. You always measured them in hours.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, going up to Jackson was 5 hours.
right. You're going down to Cheyenne with 3, or to Rollins with 2. I mean,
yeah.
Douglas was only about 45 minutes away.
Yeah. Depends on how fast you
That
went.
depends on,
Yeah.
Glen Rock was about a half hour, depending on where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where we live would be about 45 minutes. But,
Mm-hmm.
You measured like how long it would take you to the lake.
Yeah.
And stuff. So, in here you think, that really confuses me, because here you think, a town is only 5 miles away.
Yeah.
But it's telling you it's going to take 15 minutes, because driving through other towns, you got to drive slower and stuff. And I mean, so it makes a difference. All of that. So I do like all the little towns. So another thing you have to really watch out for, like in Wyoming, is you better gas up.
Yep.
Because when you're 2 hours away from a town, you better gas up. There's no gas stations along the way. There's no services of anything. So, that's why there's rest stops, because there's nothing else. So, yeah, Like here, you might say, "Oh, I got a quarter tank of gas. I'll get it next town." Well, you're not gonna do that in Wyoming. But I do like all the little towns. I really like Nashville a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's close by. I really like it. I've driven through Elm City. I really like that. It's a pretty little town. I like Wilson, Rocky Mount. We've only been to Tarboro once.
Yeah.
But there's so many other little towns that I hear of, like Princeville I saw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and stuff. So, I mean, you can spend a long time, investigating that. We've been learning more about the Cherokee Indians in this state and their history. That's been really fascinating because we both know quite a bit of Native American history that went in Wyoming and like South Dakota and stuff. But the whole new genre and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Tobacco plants are looking good. It looked like they might been getting ready to harvest. They had some big farm
Oh,
equipment
did they?
out by some of those fields, but
Mm-hmm.
think they might be growing cotton across in this farm in this field across from us. That doesn't look like the soybeans, and it doesn't look like the field corn.
No, it's
It definitely is
corn.
not tobacco. We thinking it's corn, it's cotton.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out. First time we ever came upon a cotton field last year. That was pretty darn cool.
I was such a little kid too.
Me too. I know, and we realized what it was because we've only seen this in history books and stuff. And then I kind of closed my eyes. I can imagine what it used to be like 100 years ago, and that in a way made me kind of sad. And I was glad though that things have changed so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the history and stuff in a new state. It was really hard to find out Florida history. Even going up to Tallahassee, which is the state capital, there really wasn't much history that was available. So it's really nice. This state is very, very rich in history. So anyway, are you excited about your TV?
I am. I really
You
am.
were smiling like Big Dog.
Yeah. Yeah, when we were coming out, I kept apologizing to the guy that I was walking so slow, and he said no big deal. He said he'd rather be walking out with me really slowly than having to bust his butt inside. And I even told him, I said, you go out this door, and over to the right, there is a lime green Hyundai Santa Fe. I said, you can't miss
Can't
it.
miss it.
And he said, well, I'll just wait for you. And we went out the door, and he said, yep, there it is. You're right. You can't miss it.
It is never hard to find that car in a
No.
parking lot. Today when we came out of the first Walmart, I did not have any trouble.
Yeah.
Because, see, we share a riding cart a lot of times because Brad will walk for a while and then he'll be getting where he's really hurting. So I'll get off it and I'll walk for a while. We share like that. If you share one, then there's another cart left for somebody else. And then you both are getting some exercise. But I was walking out of the Walmart. I knew Brad was behind me in the cart, and I had no trouble spotting our car. But
Oh,
yeah, I need to ride the bike today and stuff. Get stuff going.
Yep.
But I said we don't have to cook tonight because there's pizza. I'm gonna have a hamburger patty later on though.
I might even do that too.
Brad made a nice, great big salad last night for dinner. We didn't eat till like 9:30. Time got away from us. We were kind of busy doing different stuff. Not really fiddle farting around, but that was our day to fiddle fart around. So, it was really nice though. He had pickles and lettuce, spinach, tomatoes, cucumber, ham. We saved a ham bagged up. We bought a ham for Easter, and then we cut it all up and we bagged it. And so then when you want to have some ham, we got that, and then some cheddar cheese,
Yep.
salad dressing. It was good, very good.
Yeah.
And what I couldn't eat, the dogs love to help eat. Jelly Bean will eat any kind of vegetable you put in front of her. I'm really amazed.
Nixie,
Nixie.
Because I ate about 3/4 of my salad, and
So she
she,
got 2 salads last night then.
who?
Nixie.
Oh, I thought you said Jelly Bean ate yours.
No, Jellybean just got what Nixie didn't eat,
Oh, yeah, so Nixie
which
got
was
two
the
salads.
lettuce.
Nixie ate everything.
Oh, she didn't eat the spinach in mine.
Yeah, she ate everything.
So they love the vegetables. They'll beg. You know, I have no
Mhm.
problem giving them vegetables. So,
Yeah. Especially broccoli
broccoli.
and green beans.
Yes. Yes. They will beg for those.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's what's going on in our life today. Like I said, I need to ride the bike. And, you know, now that I got to put up my prescription now that we got all those. We had to wait like a week because they didn't have part of ours done. And then we called and they still didn't have mine done.
Mm-hmm. I was talking to the pharmacist, Brad, and he said that it was a very good thing that we got our Ozempic filled
Why?
because it's all on back order.
Wow.
They don't have any Ozempic for anybody across the United States.
Really? Why?
Because it's just
It's because so many people are being put on it?
and put on that higher dose.
Right, because it's great for losing weight. I tell you what. I mean, I had a piece and a half of pizza, and the second piece was small, and I couldn't eat anymore.
Half of that went to the
Yeah,
pups.
yeah. So, I mean, well, yeah, the half I couldn't eat. They were all lined up, and they were like, so I gave them some. But, I mean, you just are not hungry. That's why we end up eating so late last night. We will forget to eat. Like, we eat the one main meal a day. You know, Brad usually does most of the cooking. And so he will cook, and I'm the one that does the dishes and stuff. We think that's a very fair trade-off. And I'll clean up the kitchen. So, we got busy, and we already had hamburgers. So I just had, you know, a hamburger patty on a bun and cooked cabbage. And I think you had the same?
I didn't have cabbage.
Oh, you didn't have cabbage? How come?
Yeah, I wasn't that hungry.
Oh, okay. And then...
I had cherries.
Oh, yeah. And then, you know, we kind of forgot to eat. The night before, we forgot to eat anything, too. So, I just asked Brad if he would make me a protein shake. Because if I really don't feel like eating, but I know I need the protein, I'll go ahead and do a protein shake. You know, and to me, like I said, it's kind of like a treat because it's sweet, and we put ice in it so that it's almost like a shake. So that works out well.
And peanut butter last night.
I had peanut butter in my shake. Yeah, and which was, and a protein bar, which was a good thing. I woke up about 5 o'clock in the morning. I try to listen to my body. If I wake up and I feel very hungry, I'll have a little something. Usually it's protein or something. So I had a protein bar, and it's probably a good thing, or else I would have been too low on my blood sugar.
Yeah.
I was at 114, which is a good number, you know. Brad, this is the difference. Okay, we are on Toujeo, is our daily long-acting insulin. We no longer have to take a short-acting insulin, because for a long time that was the Novolog, was it?
Yeah.
And so we no longer take that at all. So we take the Ozempic once a week, but we take less of the Toujeo now than we had to. But Brad last night only did like a partial on his insulin. His numbers were high this morning because of that. So, I mean, it does make a big difference. If you have diabetes, I really recommend that. I know it's a pain, but at least test every morning. It is so easy, and I'm speaking from experience. I almost died because my blood sugar was over 800. I had multi-system organ failure. I had so many different infections inside my stomach, my kidneys, my bladder, my legs. You know, they had me on like 5 different antibiotics. I was in ICU. I was in a coma for a while, for a few days. They didn't know if I was going to make it. I had gotten very lax about testing my blood sugar. I had gotten very lax about what I was eating. I kind of felt like when I was first diagnosed with diabetes, Brad already had it, and I thought, oh, I don't have it near as bad as he does. My numbers weren't that high and stuff. So I got very lax. I thought, I can just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm on some insulin now. I can do what I want. I wasn't testing like I was supposed to. I wasn't watching what I was eating. I mean, I was eating things like Pop-Tarts and a lot of candy and a lot of ice cream, just anything I wanted. We were eating out a lot. My cholesterol went up. I never had a problem with cholesterol. So, my recommendation, my suggestion is please test at least every morning because that will tell you how you did the day before. It really will. You're not fooling your body any. Like that, I had that piece and a half of pizza. I won't have any more carbs today, and I will have just protein and vegetables tonight. I have to be very careful, so does Brad. Um, you know, we may end up freezing part of the pizza. We've done that before where we'll freeze part of it because we don't want to eat it all at one time. And that way,
Yeah.
if like Brad wants to have a couple pieces of pizza, there it is.
Yep.
But I've seen too many people pass away from a blood sugar of just 600. I know I'm very lucky. After I got out of ICU and was sent home, then my primary care doctor told me she did not think I could ever get my blood sugars probably below 300. Well, now you guys see that a lot of times, if it's over 120, it's high for me now. I like to keep it right about 115 to 90 is I like. When I go below 90, I get a little concerned because I need to eat something then, even when I'm not hungry. And I don't like it to be higher than that. So I suggest that you test every morning. You know it's a pain and stuff, but you'll get used to it. We're just pretty used to it that, and carry your testing kit with you. Don't be ashamed to use it. If you're feeling a little funky and you're out running errands, go ahead and go to your vehicle and test. Maybe you need to have some insulin. Maybe you need to eat something. Listen to what your body gives you signals. So, don't be ashamed to tell people you're diabetic. They need to know this. If you start acting real squirrely, they need to know why. So,
I had a real quick. I had a former coworker that he was a diabetic, and he kind of acted like it was a big joke, and he ended up having to have his leg amputated, I
yeah,
believe, at the knee, because he wasn't trying to control his sugar. Because I remember, with him it was always a joke because his blood sugar was over 500.
I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember it being at one of the dinners that your
Hmm.
dealership put on, and he would making a big joke out of it, and I'm like,
Hmm.
that's why we very rarely ever drink. Now we're not really drinkers anyway, but it's got so much sugar in it,
Yep.
got so many carbs in it that if I do have something, it'll be like one Mike's Hard Lemonade, which is classified as a beer, actually. Uh, and I'll just have that. Brad will have maybe a small glass of whiskey or a small glass of wine.
Hmm.
We're allowed to have wine. I don't normally have wine once in a great while. I'll have maybe half a glass. But for the most part, we stay away from it. Like I said, I felt like I was eating too much chocolate, so I've stopped. Cold turkey.
Yeah, I've been very proud of you for that.
Cold turkey. And then last night I thought I was really hungry. I was going to eat a few graham crackers, but I decided not to. I got busy doing something else. One of the things that helps me if I'm hungry is to chew gum. With Brad, he does mints, but yeah, I'll chew gum or whatever.
Love my Altoids.
Yes, you love your Altoids. He does love his Altoids. So anyway, no lecture or anything. You do you. It's just a few suggestions. I know we all get very terrified about being a diabetic, and it is to be taken very seriously. We both have neuropathy. Brad's is worse than mine, and that stinks. Brad has some stomach issues. I've had kidney issues. And depend on the day with the eyesight, you'll see different ways, and maybe a little blurrier one day and stuff. But when you can have you can have heart problems with it. You can go blind. I mean, it's something to be taken seriously, but you can still live a really full life and enjoy most of your life. That's if you're careful. Listen to what your body's saying, you know, because I don't want you guys to go through what I went through in ICU. I've never described it, but it was not a good thing. There was stuff coming out both ends, and out of other places I didn't know stuff could come out of, and that's only what I remember, you know.
Yeah,
So,
you were a sick little pup.
yeah, Brad was just feeling pretty devastated, so, anyway, that's just a word of caution. I don't want anything to happen to you guys. You guys are like family to us, so I really appreciate everybody's comments. I really do enjoy them so much. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go because I do need to go ride my bike and stuff and need to get some stuff going. We need to keep moving stuff. Are you going to be able to move stuff, or is your, I don't know, with your knee?
I'm gonna go in and see.
Well, you're at least going to get your TV set up somehow, right?
I gotta move stuff so I can set up the TV.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's up to you.
well, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna fix that flatbed cart
Okay.
because once I have that fixed, then I can.
The wheel was coming off because we lost some screws, and then he didn't have the right type of screws, so we got some at Walmart.
Yeah.
Got a couple curtain rods, got some drywall anchors. The trim and stuff is coming off this trailer so bad and stuff that it's just like. But you guys know we have a case going with these people. We will not be defeated.
Nope.
One way or the other. I'm sure they don't want me to take a camera around and show everything that's wrong because, and that I have a YouTube channel, and yeah, it's not that big, but I'm sure my friends could help promote that video, and I've seen other YouTubers that actually get some answers in action when they have to do that.
Yep.
I don't want anybody else to walk in and think they're getting such a great deal, and it's like, hey, wait a minute, let me show you. Let me show you what they don't tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about the place. We're lucky to have, especially with inflation and stuff, you get what you pay for. But they do lead you on a big, big thing of,
Well, their website was talking about their quality construction and yeah.
They slap these together. Their workers do a half-assed job. Use a little bit more caulking, a little more nails and screws and stuff, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. And make the most of your Monday. Remember, I like to tell Brad, each day you only get this one day. You only get one August 8th, 2022. You only get that one. So make the most of it. No matter how much pain you're in or something, find something good.
Yep.
Like you got to listen to me.
Yeah.
Right?
I can't think of anything better.
Anyway, I love you guys. I do cherish your friendship so very much. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.